Chapter 101, what is a detail? This is a biggish question for people who are new to architectural construction. They are students of architecture or architectural technology, and they get confronted constantly with this, oh, let's do a detail of this, let's do a detail of that. And I see nothing but confusion on the students' faces when I ask them to produce a detail of something. So in this series, I'm trying to set out how I can best explain what is a detail via the model that we made in series 1, how we can then take this a little bit further and add a little bit of flesh to the bones of what we gave to the client as maybe just a concept. So if our client likes the ideas and gives us the green light to go ahead with the building, then the next thing is not just start building this, it's to work out how everything goes together. So all the intricacies, all the connections, to make sure that it's going to last a long time, that the materials are fit for purpose, and that everything works as intended. So when we refer to details, what we're asking for is to explain exactly how things like this roof is going to meet this wall. Okay, it's not just going to be a big slab of timber sitting on top of a bit of stucco on some wood. There's far more going on with that. We need to make sure that the rain doesn't penetrate at this point. We need to make sure that these windows don't fall out. We need to make sure that that stucco render lines through with this. It's either going to be slightly proud, or there's going to be some sort of trim that separates the two, because otherwise we might not be able to render down to a nice clean line. Okay, so if you look at a section, so section 1 we've got here, and we can see from our section that we've got some basic information. We know the heights, we know the thicknesses of these elements, and we know the angle of the roof, for example. We also know the door positions, the window positions, and we know what materials we are going to provide. So all in all, that's a fantastic start. So all we have to do now is to fill in the information in these sorts of areas. So what is this made of? What is this made of? How does that join with that? And again, as I said, how does this window fit on? How does this panel on the inside work with everything else? There's a line there. That line runs through with the sill. It's no accident that that line ran through with the sill. That was put in deliberately. Similarly, this one here and this one here. If we didn't have these breaks in the material at these sorts of points, then it would start to look very, very messy. And the more you think about sort of connecting all of these bits together, even at this sort of stage, the better chance you have of constructing something that has been very well considered. Okay, so in the following chapters, we are going to start stripping back everything that we need. We'll look at the sort of things that are required, and we'll build this up properly. What we'll then do is start to look at producing construction drawings that actually explain how this goes. So the intention is to take this from a considered design concept with client approval to something relating to the construction documentation for parts of it. Obviously, I'm not going to do all of this, but I'm going to go through the process so that hopefully then you can apply that process to the various other parts.